Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know who's the funny man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
I got to put myself on the screen in order to be effective. I'm way more effective when I'm actually on the screen. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with y'all, to literally be in the building. I've been away. My mornings have been busy. When I get caught up with busy mornings, it's tough. And so I was like, do I not show up? And I want to keep my consistency. So I was putting on replays. So that's what y'all had got. Y'all got replays. I thought about doing the show and recording the show before. And I may start doing some of that too. It's just I don't have the same synergy. Like I miss the people. I miss the people. Like when I do the show, I like having people around so I can be like, hey, this is what happened. How do y'all feel? There's people to speak to, all those things. So it's a little more difficult when I don't have anybody in there. I'm just flowing in the prophetic. I don't know how that works, but we'll make it all work out. Welcome everybody to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up every morning to give y'all too much of my personal business. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in here with y'all today. Y'all can hear it's playing on the other side. I do a lot. I try to make sure the show is running on both screens. I'm the IT department. I'm the talent. It's a lot. There's a lot happening. But we're here, and that's all that matters. Now, if this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before and you find it not robbery to come back again, man, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. It is the show is a smorgasbord of meanness. It's a smorgasbord of meanness. It's me just getting together doing a whole bunch of stuff. You never know what it's gonna be. You never know how I'm gonna act. You never know what I'm gonna say. There's just me. There's no big three. There's just big me. And so I get out here and I do what I do. Now, the first thing that I do on the show every time is I speak to the people that speak to me. I try to say hello, make sure everybody's doing all right. The first 4 people that speak, they get the mythical morning medals, and those are my way of saying hello and handing them something. So let me give them that today, and we're gonna move forward. The aluminum 4th this morning goes to Lisa Bazemore Bishop. Good morning, Lisa. Bronze medal goes to Terry Butler of bronze complexion. Now he's a little below bronze. I don't know what a level below bronze is, but that's what he is. Silver medal goes to Ida Seaboard, and gold this morning goes to Melissa M. Kuther Light Luther. So Melissa with the gold, Ida with the silver, Terry with the bronze, Lisa with the aluminum. My man James, his Will Hayes, good morning, sir. My black soccer mom tuned in on YouTube. Good morning to you. Dr. Lee, how are you this morning? And hey, Mom, back at work again, man. Big shout outs, Mom. She got a brand new grandbaby, and she out there watching the grandbaby. And you gotta love that. There's not a lot of grandmamas that make that kind of sacrifice anymore. Good morning, Carol Winston Peak. How are you this morning? Not a lot of grandmamas that made that sacrifice anymore. Them grandmamas that sacrifice and they watch them kids. You don't see them that much. She's out there. This is a brand new baby. Still got the tags on it. That baby just a few months old. That baby don't know nothing. And you know how I feel about babies, human babies anyway. I think Human babies are the worst of all babies in the animal kingdom. Human babies are the worst babies in all the animal kingdom. They're the only babies that take 18 to 20 years to make it so that they can take care of themselves. And even in that time frame, they usually ain't together. You don't see other babies do that. The baby whale, it got about 6 months. Baby whale, as soon as they get off a breast milk, that baby is on its own. Baby giraffe, 3 licks, and you out here. You out here fighting for your life. You got to know how to survive if a lion comes through. A human baby wouldn't know what to do if a lion came. If you took a human baby, they're the dumbest of all babies. They can't hold their heads up. They can't do anything. You get there right now and you put a human baby with a lion, that baby is done. That baby don't even have the common sense to run from the lion because it can't run. It can't move. All they can do is, that's all little babies do. What kind of defense mechanism is that? For us to be apex predators at the top of the food chain, our babies come out. They all floppy headed. Their head ain't even solid at the top. Human babies, worst babies of all of them. A lot of people out there talk about how great grandmamas are, and I agree. Grandmamas are amazing. We all here for grandmamas. We all here for the grandmas. This is what we want. But human babies are the worst. These dumb human babies. We gotta do something. We gotta figure out a way to make babies come out a little bit stronger. The human baby gonna try to play with the lion. And the lion is just looking at the human baby like an appetizer. The lion looking at the human baby like, delicious. And here go the baby. They can't even make any intelligible sounds. At least a baby lion to give you a little baby roar. Oh, something. Little dumb human baby. That's all you get out of them. We got to do something better. We got to do something with human babies. As a human baby becomes a human adult, I don't know if what a baby is predicts what it's gonna be as an adult. I don't know if you can tell right off the top what you're gonna end up with. I'm pretty sure you can come close. I'm pretty sure you can come close. Look at me. I'm in my work bag today. I got all kinds of stuff. I got drinks. I got water. I'm drinking this morning. Oh, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all it is. All right, here I've been out in the heat, so you gotta you gotta stay hydrated when you're out here in this heat. So I got this thing. I don't know what this is. This is about 12 gallons of water that I can carry around with me. I always think when people show up with these big things of water like this, that they trying to show off. Whenever you see somebody pull up, it's usually people that work out or in good shape. They show up and they have a big thing of water like this, like it's supposed to impress you. You pulled up with a whole full gallon of water, and I'm supposed to be impressed because you've been drinking there. All I think is that you spend a lot of time in the bathroom. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I see them people pull up, I know it be weightlifters and people in great shape. They pull up with that big jug of water. All I think is they pee a lot. That's all I think. I'd be like, yeah, man, that person don't do nothing but pee. That person don't do nothing but pee. When I see you with that large cup of water, I just be like, all you do is pee. That's all you do with your life is you pee. You pee. And I ain't talking about the television station either. You pee in. That's all you get. That's all you doing with your life. Is you pee. So this weekend is over. I'm down a person in my house. I got one out. I got one out of there. I got one. Who's drinking a gallon a day? You don't even use that much gas. You couldn't even afford to put a gallon of gas in your car every day. That's 5 gallons or 7 gallons a week. That's a lot of gas. You ain't using that much gas per day. If you drink it enough times, your body adjusts. You won't spend as much time. Okay. All right. You tell my bladder that. My bladder, I drink a lot of water every day. My bladder don't adjust. You're going to be in that bathroom. You're just going to expand your bladder. Your bladder going to be this here big because you want to take that gallon of water in a day. All right, Melissa. I'm listening to you. You still young. You still got a young person's bladder. Your bladder is still young. Your bladder is still young. Right now, I drink a thimble of water, 3 hours in the bathroom. 3 hours in the bathroom. Apparently, Kimberly Tucker does not agree with you. You can say all that your bladder adjusts. I'm telling you right now, right now, I just drank that water. I gotta go. I'm at the point in my life that sometimes after I go to the bathroom, when I get out of the bathroom, I got to pee. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all go pee. And I ain't even talking about I don't have old man pee. Now, old man pee is different. Old man pee being there struggling. Old man pee, you hear old man in there, old man pee, they be like, and they come out 4 drips at a time. They just being there struggling. Old man peeing is like a woman having a baby. You got to sit there, you got to push, a little bit gonna come, a little bit gonna come, the head will come out, you ain't gonna be able to get all the pee at one time. I'm still strong streaming. Listen, that stream still coming through. Pow! You could swim a salmon up there. You can let a salmon swim back up my pee. Strong stream. But a lot of times I walk out that bathroom, I'm finished, I flush it on up. I'm watching my color. I'm watching the color. That's where I'm at this point in my life. All I'm doing is watching the color. Make sure we come out clear or diet lemonade. That's what you wanted at. They tell you if you're coming out clear, you might be drinking too much water. But you should have like a little bit of lemonade tint to it. I know ladies are a little harder for y'all to see because y'all are sitting. You got to move the roast beef in order to see. You got to get down there and look in or stand up and look back. I'm already in a natural position that I can see. I can see it naturally. Sometimes though, once I get there, I get finished peeing, I give it a strong flush, a couple of little hand washes, walk out the door, gotta go again. Gotta go like I just finished. I just got finished. Now what they tell you what color is supposed to be, Shine? It's supposed to be dyed lemonade. You're supposed to have a little light color to it. Little light twin lets you know everything's coming out of there. Now, here's what I don't understand. I don't understand the mental bondage that bathrooms put on your body. There's no other room in your house that makes your body physically respond like the bathroom. The bathroom is the only room. I'm gonna wipe this mirror real quick. This camera, y'all. It's getting on my nerves. The bathroom is the only room in your house that causes your body to physically respond. Jane says you should have just a hint of sunshine. If you walk by your kitchen, there's no Pavlov's theory. You don't get hungrier the more you go to your kitchen. You don't get sleepier when you walk by your bedroom. You don't want to fix your car when you walk past your garage. But the closer you get to your bathroom, the less control you have over your bladder. It's the only room in the house. It's the only room in the house. The closer you get, and it can be mental. You could be down the street and got to pee a little bit. By the time you get to that door, it's right there. It is right there. Then number 2, you can hold that in. That sphincter muscle holds it. But that number 1, it's coming. It's on the way. I don't know how your mind does that. What is it in your mind? Somebody's got to figure out the science behind it, because I need to know what the science is behind the fact that the closer you get to your bathroom, the more you got to go. And ladies, at least y'all can shut it down. At least you can shut it down. Y'all got a shut down valve if necessary. Men know every now and again you run into a little bit of pre-pee. Every now and again you're gonna run into a little bit of pre-pee. It's gonna be on its way. without you even controlling it. You doing everything you can, pre-pee comes out. I hate it when I'm in a public place and I gotta go really, really bad. Because the closer I get to that door, it never fails. If I'm away, I'm good. But once I get to the door of that restroom, it's like the pee is like, we here. Like it's gonna try to open the door for me. And I'm like, no, you hold on. You can't hold the door open for me. But the pee be trying to jump out. So sometimes I got to go in for a grab before I get in. And I just got to look around, make sure nobody's watching. Sometimes you got to pre-grab to prevent the pre-pee. You got to go ahead and grab. Now, I remember as a younger man, and these are stories I got to tell. It's a hard story to tell, and it's going to lead to another story. But some of the stories sometimes, I think my Instagram froze up on me. Some of the stories sometimes they just be what they be. I remember one time as a younger man, I realized that I had to go, and I got to my spot. I made it to my position. When you ever play basketball, when they tell you good defense is by getting to your spot first. So I made sure I got to my spot first. I got to my spot. When I got to my spot, I could feel a rushing wave come through. I could feel the river as it was moving. And I had to grab. I said, let me put a clamp on. Now somebody says using the clamp. I guess that's something a woman can do on its inside. A woman can go in. They can just close the doors of the church. I didn't have that ability. You don't have it unless I tie it off. And I don't think that's even possible. I ain't never seen anybody ever tie it off. I tried to go ahead and pre-pinch, but I pre-pinched from inside because I didn't want to reach in. So I used my pocket. Put my hand in my pocket to pre-pinch. Just to put a hold on the situation. You really got a hold on me. I reached in to pre-pinch to get a hold on the situation. Now this blocked it. It was on its way out, but when I put the pinch on, I put the clamp on, it stopped it all right there. This is what I didn't realize in my haste to have a solution. I had grabbed from the inside of my pocket. I had my hand in my pocket, reached inside. I didn't know of a proper way to make the adjustment to let loose so that I could bring it back out. It needed the pee needed to be on the outside. I didn't know how to do that. I was stuck. I was in a quandary, if you will. And I let go and let God, and it started. The flow just began. The flow just began. I couldn't help it. There was nothing I could do. The flow began before. So now I learned from that situation. If you got to go in on the outer pocket, you also got to come back in through the inner to pick up where you left off. You're going to have to take the pants loose, then reach back in, grab on the inner, then come out. You got to switch hands. I didn't know you had to switch hands. I was unaware you had to switch hands. Most of my most traumatic times in my life have been centered around whether or not I'm gonna pee on myself. It's a lot. That is, I think for a man, especially a grown man, that is the line drawn in life. Am I gonna pee on myself? That's the one thing you just don't want to do. You just don't ever want to be in that position. Because here's my thing. I already feel like the pens are just adult diapers. And I see they got design of the pens. They got them in blue jean and they got all kinds of shapes and colors. They got a little thong in the pen. And I just feel like this. If you can't not pee on yourself, you shouldn't be able to wear fancy drawers. Your drawers should be regular. When you were a kid, if you don't ever stop peeing on yourself, you don't get fancy drawers. I think that should go the same when you're an adult. So a lot of things I do depends on if I'm gonna pee on myself. I'd be like, I'm just pee on myself. I may not get on a roller coaster. I ain't pee on myself. Then these are the things you look for. You don't want to really dream too hard. As you just be like, I want to dream too hard. I want my dreams to be realistic. James will tell you, sleep pee is the worst. Sleep pee, you just don't want it. Especially not as an adult. Then as a married adult, You definitely don't want it. I can't have it. I had last night, man. I knew I had to go to the bathroom because I was dreaming about it. Once I started dreaming about it, once I dream that I got to go to the bathroom, I need my body to immediately wake up. Because if you actually go to the bathroom in your dream, you went to the bathroom in real life. And now you got to explain to your wife why you changing the sheets in the middle of the night. Or you got to lay in it. I'm going to ask the fellas up here right now. Fellas, right now, you got a pee-pee dream. And you peed in your dream. Because we all know if you pee in your dream, you peeing in real life. Jane said, I did it. Pee the whole bed. Do you get up and change the sheets? Or do you just lay in it? You get up and change the sheets, or do you just lay in it? I know you're gonna change your drawers, you're gonna go on a secret mission, hide them in the basket, all that kind of stuff. I get that. But what is you doing? Terry Butler, the epitome of class and elegance. What are you doing, Terry? You peed in that dream, which means you had to pee in that bed. How you handling it? I don't think I'm letting my wife know. The other day I was in a situation, a life or death situation. It was life or death for me in this situation. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. I was on the couch watching television, doing like old men do. I'm doing like old men do. I'm watching television on the couch. So you know what that means. After about 15 minutes of watching television, the television's watching me. I'm asleep. My daughter comes downstairs and she touches me gently on my hand. Delisa say you just go into stupid human baby mode. You'll be like, duh. Jane said I woke my wife up and told her. Yeah, this is what I did. I peed the bed. The other night I'm in here on the couch watching television. Might have been watching sports, watching the game, something. I fell asleep. I do it most nights. Terry has yet to go through a dream like that, but if I did, I'd wake my wife, admit to what happened, change the sheets. You gotta have the right kind of wife for that, though. If you ain't got the right wife, you ain't gonna never be able to pull that off. You gotta have the right wife. Because that wife, you got the wrong wife, she gonna keep reminding you every time you go to bed. You go ahead and pee before you get to bed with your little pissy self. That's what she gonna say. And here's what happened. So I'm in there. I fell asleep on the couch watching the game. I don't even know what I was watching television. My daughter came, tapped me, Dad, go on upstairs, go to bed. All right, so I get up to go to bed. When I roll off the couch, I get a little Charlie horse. But I don't pay no never mind. I'm gonna fight through the Charlie horse. I'm fighting through the Charlie horse going on upstairs. I go on upstairs, and I fought this Charlie horse. I'm going on upstairs. I get in the bed. Now my body is regulated about 2 o'clock, 2:30. I got to go make that trip. Either I'm gonna have a dream or I'm gonna get up. I'm either have a dream or have a stream. If there's a dream, there's a stream. That's all you know. Where there's a dream, there's a stream. So I get up about 2 o'clock in the morning and go to the bathroom. At that point in time, the one Charlie horse that I had at first then turned into a whole race of horses. It's horses everywhere. It's Charlie, it's Joe, it's Bob. All the horses are in my thigh. My leg is on fire. It's just cramping terrible. The cramps are so bad that I think some of the cramps that hadn't gotten to my thigh yet showed up. They were down there in my calf region. So I got them in my calf region, and I got them in my thigh. And I can't move. My wife is over there though. I look at her when I sit up. My leg is killing me. I look at my wife and she's nestled. She is mattress commercial sleep. Nestled, just beautifully in there in the bed. Nothing I can say about it. I can't wake her up, but I also can't move. But my bladder is knocking. Hey, that's what the P is doing. The P is there. The P like, hey, we finna lead, cuz. Like they not trying to discuss nothing. It's ready to go. ready to go. So now I got to make a decision. How do I want my wife to find me? Standing here in pain in a puddle of pee? Or do I keep moving? I had to make a decision. I don't know who Sweet Bees is. Sweet Bees said, hey, Dad, I don't think that's my daughter, but we'll move on. Do I move through this puddle of pee? Do I stand here and let my wife find me in a puddle of pee? I'm looking around the room, hardwood floors, easy to clean. It's not hard to clean that up. Now if we got a carpet, that's a little bit more of a stain, but we got hardwood in there, man. It's easy to clean up. But I decide I struggle my way in. I struggle my way into the bathroom. I go to the bathroom and I make it. I Michael Jackson Thriller myself in there. One leg at a time. After I get finished peeing, make the flush, my other leg must have been jealous. The jealousy in my other leg caused my other leg to say, we gonna cramp up too. Now I got 2 legs of cramping. 2 legs of cramping and a partridge in a pear tree. So I can't move either way. I can't move either way. I wish I did have a Gatorade bottle. I need to keep one by the bed. I always keep a cup in the car for a long trip. Keep a car in the car. Ladies, that's how you can drive faster. You keep a cup in the car. Ladies, y'all may not be able to do that with the same accuracy that men do. If I'm on a long road trip, if it's a McDonald's cup in that car, don't drink out that cup. Tell you that now. Don't drink out that McDonald's cup, Wawa, whoever. Don't drink out. That's not lemonade. That's me saving 10 to 15 minutes of drive time. I'm in a good flow. I'm going to set my cup in my lap, throw my meat in the cup, and we let it roll. Man, when I had both of those, when I let both of those legs cramp up, there's nothing I could do. Then I could do fall on the ground. Just fair. I just fell on the ground in the bathroom. I'm just laying on the ground in the bathroom, cramped up. And then I had to make a decision. Do I show weakness? Do I let my wife know that I'm vulnerable? Do I wake her up? This is the question that you ask. Fellas, what is a situation where you wake your wife up from her sleep? But once you wake her up, you're no longer in control of the situation. You have now relinquished manhood to your wife. When do you wake up and ask her what situation causes you to be like, let me go ahead and ask my wife for help? When can I go to her and be like, hey, I need your help? If it's a noise downstairs, you're not the one. You can't wake her up. You lose manhood. If you hear noise in the house, you turn to your wife, hey, I heard something downstairs. Go check it out. You're no longer the man of the house. You can't be man of the house if you send her downstairs to check on the noise. You can't do it. You gotta figure something out. How does this happen? What do I do? When are you calling on her? I'm laid out on the floor, sprawled out, dumb Hubie baby style. Can't move. And I thought about the military low crawl, James. I was gonna belly crawl in there, one arm over the other, where I was going with it. But I was in too much pain in the leg region. There was so much pain in the leg region, there was nothing I could do. I had to call on her. I had to. It was one of the lowest moments of my marriage. I had to call out to my wife, and I tried to do it in a strong way. I was like, "Hun," but she's in the 30th level of sleep. I'm like, "Hun, I'm getting nowhere." Hun. So I got to yell it out. Hey, hun. She wakes up. No, it ain't detect the fall because I went down. I went down slow. I didn't just fall. I went down slow, cautiously fell. I didn't fall because I was worried about breaking a hip. You know, old people break hips. Now the problem is when I called out to my wife. When I called out to my wife, I ain't gonna lie to you, she wasn't prepared. She woke up, looked up. I said, I need help. She woke up and she looked around the room and she didn't see me. And I think she thought it was a prank because she's looking all around the room and she don't see me. I'm like, I need help. She hears my voice. She don't expect me to be on the floor. She looking to see where I'm at. I said, I need help. She looks again. Then she's like, well, where are you? I was like, I'm down here on the floor. I'm on the floor. I'm falling. And I can't get up. She heard me. But she sure couldn't see me. We gotta do drills. They always tell you should have fire drills and stuff like that, especially when you have kids. I don't think anybody does that in their homes though, for real. I don't think they do it in their homes for real. I don't think anybody ever has a fire drill. I know I didn't grow up with one. I think my mama just expected me to know how to get out the house if it was on fire. I'm gonna start doing drills at like 2, 3 in the morning just to time my wife's reaction. I'll be like, here's a drill. I'm gonna just come up with something. I'm gonna just jump up. Yeah, fire. See if she knows how to respond at 3 in the morning. She start packing stuff up. All right, couple of questions this morning. We dealing with stuff. Today's been a manhood thing. Today's a manhood theme. I got my daughter out the house. My daughter's back at school, starting her senior year. Now she gonna come out with like 3 degrees. I don't even know how she's doing all this. She's got a major, couple of minors. Mother said, you better not. You said y'all had several fire drill protocols when you were a little fella. And it seemed like your family would do something like that. My daughter's out of the house. I got her out. Took her back to school on Sunday. Senior year. She's got 3 degrees when she comes out. It's crazy. It is her senior year already. It seemed like we just took her for her freshman year. Xander's doing well. When I got down there on Sunday to drop her off, Xander was right there. She's in a new apartment building. She's on the 2nd floor and Xander's on the 5th. So, he's right there now. There's nothing I can do. It's not, as a father, you just got to put it all out your mind. And the boyfriend is 3 floors up. Same building, 3 floors up. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. When she comes out, she'll have her degree in education, minor in psychology, and another minor in English as a second language. So she'll have all 3 of those. So she won't graduate in June, she'll graduate in December. So we had to take her back. I gotta go and complain a little bit. I do have one complaint. The weekend went well. The one complaint I have, and I usually don't do company complaints, so I'm gonna do a complaint and at the same time a complaint and a compliment. A complaint and a compliment. Yeah, she got all them degrees. She ain't gonna have no money. She gonna have all them degrees and no money. The education degree is what threw it all off. But let's move on. Yeah. So her mom driving down. Her mom didn't want to drive her car down, so her mom decided to rent a vehicle. She was going to rent a vehicle. Now she decided to rent the vehicle on the Friday before they were supposed to leave. They were supposed to have left on Saturday, but they adjusted, said they were going to leave on Sunday. So Friday she goes to rent a vehicle for the weekend. Said she went to, and I'm going to call them out. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to call them out. She said she went to Enterprise Rent-A-Car. She goes to Enterprise. She went to Enterprise. I can't wait to see me at New Hope. I'll be there. She went to Enterprise, rented a car on Friday. Now, according to her mom, she got a phone call at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning telling her that even though she made the reservation on Friday, they didn't have any vehicles for her on Sunday. They won't go have no vehicles on Sunday. Even though she made a reservation, went online, made a reservation, wasn't going to be available. She said she didn't get the phone call. They didn't follow up with an email or anything of that nature, so she was unaware. She shows up at Enterprise on Sunday for them to tell her, we don't have a vehicle for you. So now she's concerned because my daughter apparently, even though there's still 12,000 items in her closet, she still had 2 vehicles worth of stuff. She had my vehicle, which was already loaded, and then she was going to put stuff in her mom's vehicle. Enterprise tells her they don't have any rental cars. So her mom is calling all these other rental car companies. For whatever reason in the area, rental cars were hard to find. You couldn't find a rental car Sunday. They were just all gone. I said, well, let me try to help out a little bit. I go online and I use like the online, like Expedia or something, put one in. They give me a reservation for a car at the airport. So I'm thinking we good to go. We drive up to the airport to pick up the car, get to the airport. They were like, well, look, they don't know our inventory. We don't have no cars. And I'm already like, well, why don't they know your inventory? That don't make no sense to me for them to not know your inventory. If they're allowing you to make a reservation, somebody's got to reach in somewhere and make it work. It didn't work out that way. So I went to the other rental car places inside of the airport. Same thing from all of them. Well, I'm lying. There was one that had an extremely long line, and I won't go stand in it. But I went to the other ones that didn't have lines. They all told me the same thing. We don't have any rental cars. Okay, cool. Thanks. We all sold out. Now this is how God be working. On my way to the airport, I was on the interstate. I saw the traffic going in the other direction was all backed up. So I said, I'm not going to jump in that. I think people who jump in traffic, like they didn't know it was there and then complain, they not the brightest individuals. They dumb human babies. That's who dumb human babies become as adults. You see all the traffic going that way, you jump in there like it's not going to affect you. So instead of going that way, I decided to drive through the city. I drove up Military Highway. Military Highway, probably one of the longest streets. It is the Broad Street. Well, it is what Broad Street in Philadelphia is what Peachtree in Atlanta is what Military Highway is right here in the 757. You can go through Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, all on that one road. So I drive up Military Highway. When I'm driving on Military Highway, I see another Enterprise. So I call. I say, hey, I'd like to make a reservation for today. Can y'all help me with a reservation? Can I make a reservation? So they were like, yes. I said, do you have vehicles? Lady says, tells me to my ear, yes. I call her mom on the 3-way. I said, hey, this lady says that they have cars. Here's an Enterprise. She asked them again, do you all have physical vehicles? The lady says, yes, we physically have vehicles. Fantastic. She makes all the reservation, gives them all the information, hangs up. We're thinking everything is solved. Not even 5 minutes after she makes that call, not even 5 minutes, she gets a text message from somebody inside of the building that says, due to the late nature of your request, we don't have any vehicles. So I said, this is ridiculous because we called. We definitely called. We definitely said, what are we doing here? So the mama's upset. She doesn't know what to do. I'm in my mind trying to figure out solutions to this problem. Matter of fact, I'm saying, look, I already got stuff in my vehicle. We may have to throw some stuff in my wife's vehicle and take both my vehicles. But we'll get to that point. I get a little upset, so I call Enterprise myself. And I get Connor. Connor identifies himself as the manager. I say, hi, it's a black guy. He immediately identifies himself as a manager, even though I'm pretty sure Connor has no managerial experience. I say, explain to me the system. Why would you rent me a car if y'all knew y'all didn't have any? He said, we have something called open booking. We'll let everybody make a reservation, even if we don't have the cars. I said, that's just dumb. I said, because people are making reservations based on what they have to do. Ain't nobody just making reservations just because it's a fun thing to do. Ain't nobody just getting online, be like, what you doing today? Oh man, I'm just sitting around making a bunch of reservations. That's not what people do. People make reservations to reserve a time, a vehicle, a car, whatever it is. Reservations are done with a purpose. Y'all shouldn't just let people do that. He says, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way we do it. I said, well, Connor, here's the problem. That's 2 times in one day that we've had reservations made and enterprises canceled. I said, what are you going to do from a customer service standpoint to rectify this for me? And I keep calling him by his first name on purpose. I say, Connor, what are you going to do? Connor's like, I said, no, Connor, don't go dumb human baby on me right now, Connor. I need you, Connor, to tell me how we're going to rectify this situation. Connor was completely lost. Discouraged. At this point in time, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They close at 2. Connor says to me, sir, I can't continue to have this conversation with you because I have a full lobby. I said that, and he says, because I have a full lobby and I'm the only one working. And I said, Connor, that seems to also be a you problem. That means you didn't staff correctly. That is not on me. I said, so you got 2 options. Either we can finish this phone call, or I can just come up there and we can have this whole discussion in front of everybody within there. Now, which way do you want this to go, Connor? And I'm talking to him just like this. I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming. I'm talking to him very calmly, saying, which way do you want this to go, Connor? So Connor decides to continue to talk. I say, Connor, y'all close at 2 o'clock. I said, you say you have a wait list of people. He said, yeah, we have to honor the people who made their reservation weeks and days ago over people who made theirs the same day. I said, so now you're saying my reservation is dishonorable. It's not even an honored reservation. You don't even honor my reservation. I said, that's crazy. Why would you treat me this way? Why would you let me make a reservation that you don't even plan on honoring? If I had a dragon, I'd send my dragon down to Enterprise because there is no honor. You have no honor at Enterprise. So I said, Connor, explain to me how the system works then. I said, because it's 1 o'clock now, you close at 2. I said, I don't believe that everybody's going to come and get their car. I said, I just don't believe it. I don't believe that everybody is going to show up. What happens if they don't show up? He said, we just move that car and use those for tomorrow's reservations. I said, no, Connor. No, Connor. Connor, explain to me how that could be right. I said, if I made a reservation for the day, you shouldn't be canceling cars or putting them on tomorrow. Connor was flabbergasted. His flabbers were gasted. I said, Connor, I'm going to need you to give me somebody that's in charge. He said, well, I'm the only person working. There are no managers. I said, Connor, I don't believe you. I said, Connor, if all of those cars were to blow up right now, if all of those cars were to lock and you couldn't open them, there's somebody you would call. Who would you call? He said, I would call the district manager, Kobe. Ha, that's whose information I want. You give me Kobe's information. He puts me on hold. He comes back with Kobe's information, gives me a phone number and an email for Kobe. I said, and you're the manager? He says, well, I'm the assistant manager. I said, so you're not even the manager no more. You ain't even the manager no more. I said, who's the manager? He told me Lamont. And I said, well, no wonder this place is running terribly. If Lamont's the manager, there's no way this is going well. I haven't seen a professional Lamont my whole life. Except for the one Lamont that I knew that ran a junkyard with his dad. I said, if Lamont is the manager, there are no proper protocols. There are no protocols in this business. Y'all probably don't even know what the employee handbook is. I said, Kobe, here's what we're going to do. I said, Kobe, I'm a solutions-based person. Are you about Connor? I said, Connor, I'm a solutions-based person. Are you about solutions? He told me he was. I said, here's what we're going to do then, Connor. I said, here's what we're going to do. I said, Connor, y'all close at 2 o'clock. Is that correct? He said, yeah. I said, I don't believe that it's possible for everybody to come and pick their vehicle up. He said, if somebody doesn't come by close, we'll call you. I said, you don't even have my name, Connor. You've never asked me my name the entire time we talk. How you going to call me? He's going to go back through the call ID. I don't believe you. So here's what we're going to do, Connor, because you are a solutions guy and I'm a solutions guy. What's going on, Snoop? We're going to show up at 1:55, 5 minutes before closing. And when y'all are closing at 159 and it's obvious that somebody's not coming for that last car, that's the car you're going to give us, Connor. Isn't that a great solution? I'm glad you came up with it. Thank you so much. I'll see you at 155. He didn't even have a way to come back. He couldn't even rebuttal. He couldn't even come back. He was stuck. He was stuck right there. He had no way of getting around it. That's why he was an assistant manager, Lisa. If he ain't taking conflict resolution, he'd have been made up the manager. Right now, he's on lettuce. He's trying to get the fries. Once I told Connor we'll be there at 155, and it's crazy because when we showed up at 155, amazingly, there was a vehicle available. So shout outs to Connor. My complaint is, what is Enterprise doing? What are you doing? What is your strategy? Why are you making more reservations than you had cars? I did. I ran a game on Connor. Connor didn't even know it. Second of all, shout out to Connor for his conflict resolution. Now, I talked to my friend Renard throughout the situation because a lot of the stuff fell on me doing this, and I didn't understand why. I was like, why am I here trying to figure out everything? And Renard and I, we discussed it. Renard said that's what we do as men. A lot of things you do as men. Men is a hard thing. You try to figure out, you solve problems. Men become problem solvers, which is why I was standing there with two legs cramped up, trying to figure out to pee or not to pee. Do I pee on myself? Do I not pee on myself? Because you're always worried about your image. Men are always worried about their image. And being as that is the case, I got a question that I want to ask all the ladies out there. Ladies, got a question for y'all. I've started doing more stuff as I've gotten older. I'm still worried about my image. I'm still worried about if I'm being seen as a man. Recently, when I was on the cruise, I realized one of the things that I didn't want, I realized a lot of times I'm trying to cut down the number of things that I have to carry, but the older you get, the more you got. I don't do a wallet anymore. I do one of these situations. This is where all my stuff is. My identification is in there. All of that. Y'all can see that's a little piece of it. My identification cards, they're all in here. And this claps onto the back of my phone. I like it. Look at that. Boom. Now I got that whole situation. That's what I got. Boom. That's how I can carry it around. I ain't never got to have no wallet. I haven't lost my wallet in years since I started strapping it to the back of my phone. That used to be a big thing for me. I leave. I got to try to find my keys, find my wallet. Find my keys, find my wallet. Those are the two things that I always got to do. Now I'm at find my keys, find my hat, find my wallet. Hat, keys, wallet. That's what I got. I usually have my watch on already. But more older I get, the more and more I got to have when I leave the house. Got to have ring, watch, hat, keys, wallet. Spectacles. Glasses, hat, keys, wallet, boom, boom, boom. If I'm wearing my I had the Ray-Bans. I got the Ray-Bans. You got to keep them. You got to let them charge. Sometimes I have my contacts in, so I'm wearing my Ray-Bans. Got to have them on. When I was on vacation, I wanted to wear the Ray-Bans so I could quickly take a picture. See somebody dressing the way they shouldn't be. Instead of me having to pull my phone out, do this, all I had to do was be like this. Pop, boom, got them. I just yell out, hey, Meta, take a picture. Bam. Picture's taken. I caught you with your cheeks out. Now, as a man, I got all this stuff, pockets, and got on shorts, and pulls your pockets down, got that. There's a lot going on. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out life. You got your keys, you got your phone, you got the wallet, you got so much stuff. You got all kinds of stuff that you're trying to keep, and you be like, I can't keep all of it. And I never want the fanny pack. I had a fanny pack when I was a kid. When I was like 13 years old, I had a fanny pack. I thought the fanny pack was cool. I had a fanny pack. Now, as a grown man, I realize just saying the term fanny, you shouldn't have a fanny as a man. You're a whole grown man. You shouldn't have a fanny pack. You shouldn't have a fanny because you're a man. You should not have a fanny as a man. That's not a man thing. A fanny is not for men. You don't want to call it a butt pack. You don't want to call it a hip pack. You don't want to do it. So now, ladies, I'm trying to ask you, I'm asking the ladies. When you see a man and a man has a Merce, what's your thought process? I went and bought me one. Now, it took a lot. It took a lot out of me, but I went and got myself one. I haven't even used it yet, but this is my man bag. Now, apparently, I can put all my stuff in here in my phone. I'm going to use it more when I'm on trips, when I'm traveling, when I'm on the road. I want to put my passport in there, my phone. Maybe there's a couple of charger carriers, everything. I usually carry a book bag. Book bag's a little high. Here's my thing, ladies. When you see the man carrying one of these, the over-the-shoulder, the one-strapper, when he got the one-strapper on, what is your thought, ladies? Ladies, how do y'all feel about the man with the one-strapper? Now, I don't know if he's supposed to wear it across the back or across the front. That's the second question. Terry, I'm sure you got one. You wear it across your back, wear it across the front. Wear it across the front. It seems like it's in the way. It's cumbersome. I think you wear it in the back and just flip it around to the front. But ladies, what do y'all think when the man has on? What's your thoughts? The Merce, the man over the shoulder bag. I know you told me when we saw it the other day that was the main reason why I got one, because my wife was like, "Oh, that's not feminine." But I went and got one. I didn't run it by you first. I probably should have ran it by you first and asked you if I allowed to have one.
It's all right.
My wife said it's all right. She said, not as long as you're not carrying it on your elbow crease, it's fine. Oh yeah, I would never. Yeah, now that you can't have this. You can't do this. It's a pocketbook. James said it's a pocketbook. James claiming that it's a pocketbook. This is more like a book bag, though. This just look like a book bag. This don't have any pocketbook qualities. If it's flat, I'm going pocketbook. This is just a little baby book bag. This is a book bag with one strap. This is a one-strap book bag. If I threw a second strap on there would be a two-strap book bag. I don't appreciate you calling it a pocketbook, James. So you're saying that's more of a backpack. I thought it was more of a backpack. I'm thinking it's a baby backpack. One-strap backpack. Don't wear it in the front. Okay, I'm not going to wear it in the front. Two straps. So two straps is what you got to do. You got to be double strap. Strap. All right, now I got book bags. Made it count 100 times, said, not that, no, that one good. The brand matter too. You can't have on a Coach one. I can't have Coach. So that's what they're telling me over on Instagram, that you can't have Coach. You can't have Coach. You can't have Coach. So Michael Kors, this is Michael Kors. So that's an MK. Michael Kors is a man. His name's Michael. So he's fine. But I can't have a Coach. Now, here's my question. Now that you bring that up, made it count 100,000 times, I'm totally confuzzled because I have a Coach book bag. I got a book bag. I got regulars. I got book bags with just no names on them. Then I got a Coach one. And I'm gonna tell you why I ended up getting that one. I had to grow up. I call that my grown-up book bag for when I'm traveling. When I was on the road with Kev and them, we were going through the airport, and I'm looking. Kev got on a Goyard, a Coach. He got a Gucci bag. Tahir, same kind of deal. Tony Baker, same kind of deal. And here I am with my Scooby-Doo book bag, and I just didn't look like a grown-up amongst grown-ups. And I ain't even gonna lie. I made that purchase on purpose. I bought that bag just so I could be like, hey, I want to be there then. But I ended up looking at the price of like Goyard bags. I didn't know that was really a thing. When I first heard about Goyard, I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I first heard about Goyard, it was on the behind the scenes of the Dallas Cowboys. And I think Zeke and Dak Prescott were dating at the time, and they bought each other matching Goyard bags for their birthdays. They did that. That's what they did. Well, other than that, I wouldn't even know what one looks like. I had no idea it was a real thing until then. I didn't know. For y'all who just hear it on the song, apparently this is what a Goyard bag looks like. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's no different than any of the other bags. It looked just like the Coach bags, Michael Kors. Excuse me. Everything else. Now I'm not gonna wear the one with the little hearts on it. I don't think I'll do that. That ain't gonna be it. But this bag right here looks like all the other ones. I don't even like the little pattern. The pattern ain't even, the pattern's doing nothing for me. The pattern's doing nothing for me. I had no idea what a Goyard bag was. And they still ain't told me how much this bag is. This see right here, this is why I don't trust it. Anytime it don't even have no price on it, contact us. It won't even let you know how much the bag is. You got to contact them. They got a thing that shows you how to wear a book bag. How to wear. They just showed you how to wear it. But it is not telling you how much any of this stuff is. That's how I know it costs too much. That's how I know this stuff gotta cost way too much. If you can't even find a price on it. They don't even have no price. It just say contact us. Details. Everything on there but the price. Ain't no price on there. Now, Made It Count is telling me all of them. Coach is a woman's brand. It was marketed that way. Goyard is a woman's style backpack. Linda said, what is the difference between? I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. I'm confused. That's why I asked y'all. I thought y'all would be able to tell me what the difference is. I don't know. Linda wants to know what the difference is between MK and Couch. Jeffrey said, if you need the price, you can't afford it. Apparently, because they won't tell you. And I know a lot of places they got them. Here's the thing. Now, people be telling me I had a guy, he had on a I'm gonna be honest with you. If you that big in a name brand, but you can't really afford them, best place for you to go is probably gonna be the barbershop on the laundromat. Go ahead and get one, or go overseas. Go to. We were in Mexico. The young man was selling everything. He was selling everything for $40. He's like, hey, $40. Now he won't that much. It won't that cheap. I think it might have been a few hundred. But if y'all can find out, if y'all can tell me how much a Goyard bag costs, I would really appreciate it, because Goyard don't tell you itself. Oh, okay, I found it. Goyard bag retail prices generally range from about $1,700 to $3,600 for standard models. That's crazy. The tote bag, $1,710. The standard black or tan costs the least, while the colors cost more. Premium limited edition or high demand colors on secondary resale platforms often list well above original retail, frequently reaching $5,000. I don't even understand. I found some on Macy's. Previously owned. Yeah, Jane, send me one. I got a new address, but you can send it to me. Previously owned. Go see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the foolishness. This is why men are better, because we ain't even worried about this. Look at this. Previously owned. These are pre-owned from Macy's. A place that a store that I respect. Kids want these bags, but they have a 1.5 GPA. That's because they heard it on the song. My boosted. Look at these prices for pre-owned. Pre-owned, $3,238. Apparently they're reversible. $2,500, $3,200, pre-owned. Ladies, what is you doing with a pre-owned $3,000? Listen, if I'm paying $4,000 for it, I want to be the only owner. Here you go right here. This is a car. These is all pre-owned. No wonder they wouldn't tell you the price on the website. Sheesh. As my grandmama would say. Now look here. Now look here. We all here together. We all on this site looking at the same thing at the same time. Oh, now I'm in the way. Hold on, let me move. I can't move me. But it's fine. We'll look at one of the other ones. Tell me what the difference is between this blue bag up here and the black bag right below it. The blue bag, $3,164. The bag below it, $7,920. I'm thinking $7,920. You can carry more stuff in the $7,920 bag. What makes a bag worth $3,164? Ladies, I'm ready. Ladies, I am ready. Tell me now what makes a bag worth $3,000. Go. We 3 minutes over time, but I'm gonna let y'all answer that question before I get off the air. I'm waiting for somebody to give me a legitimate answer as to what makes a bag worth that much. I'm waiting. I mean, I'm here for it. I want to know. Leticia says nothing. All caps. Lisa says it's ridiculous. You're going to have all that bag and you ain't going to have no money to put in it. You ain't going to have a single dollar. You got all that money, all that bag, no money to put in it. And that's why I thought you had the bag. That's why I thought the bag was there for. And James said that's a whole casket. You got all them Goyard bags, and now your family can't even put you away. They got to go sell your Goyard bag. For all my boosting people, no insurance. That's crazy. Today's word of the day is oxymoron, because that's exactly what it is. When you got a $3,000 bag and no money to put in it, you are an oxymoron. You are a walking oxymoron. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me is what it is. I'm so excited to have y'all here, man. I was glad to be back live. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go live in the house of the Lord. I'll be back again tomorrow, man. Another fantastic day. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Be me and Pastor Shy tomorrow, hopefully Pastor Shy. But y'all tune in for that, some relationship stuff, because that's what we do on Wednesdays. We do Wedded Wednesdays. We do relationship stuff. And I know a lot of people think that you got to be married to be a part of Wedded Wednesday, but that's not the point. We talk about relationships. So there's all kinds of relationships. They're not only marriage relationships, there's interpersonal relationships, business relationships. We deal with just how to be relational. We don't necessarily deal with how to have relations, because that's a whole different show, but to be relational. Be relational. All right. Until tomorrow, man, y'all have a fantastic day. Y'all know how I do. Make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. I will catch y'all again on tomorrow, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all. I'm out.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV, yeah. Already know Mr. Funny Man, yeah. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. forget.